Good morning. It's Gillykube from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. Originally from the United Kingdom, 35 years ago. I came from a town in England called Birmingham, and so I was fondly known as a Brummie. So I haven't lost my accent, a lot of my English accent either. So there's a bit of Brummie and a bit of English in there, because I've been getting a lot of comments asking me, is it all Australian or is it a bit of English? Well, it's definitely a bit of English. So here we go. I'm doing a jug pour, or a ring pour should I call it. I have put no silicone in my paints. I'm doing it over a canvas that I scraped, that I dropped, can you believe it or not? I dropped the canvas. It slipped out of my hand. I was trying to move it across the table and it went onto the floor. Blooming Nelly, I am a Nelly. Okay, somebody wrote and said to me that the meaning of the word Nelly, because I didn't know where that name, they'd got it from somewhere. A Nelly is stupid, an idiot, you're a Nelly. So it's obviously a nicer way, which I didn't realise that my mum was calling me a right Nelly. It was better than being called stupid, but there you go. So it means stupid. So I'm going to do a nice big jug pour. I just put my jug here. I can't, oh there you go. I'm going to do a jug pour. I've got glitter absolutely everywhere, believe me, everywhere, because I've been doing glitter paintings. Even I just wiped out my dog's ears and there was glitter in my dog's ear. Oh my gosh, it just must be because he's lying on the floor. So I'm going to do it in this. The paint has dried on that, so I'm not too worried about the old paint in it. I'm not that pedantic. So this particular pour has got no silicone. Somebody said when I did a ring pour, try, actually that's too big a jug to do. Well, I've started now. Somebody said when you do a ring pour, don't put any silicone in your paint. So this paint has got no silicone in it. So I'm going to do a ring pour with no silicone. They're all Mont Studio acrylics mixed with the clear craft glue of Mont. Now if you can't get the clear craft glue of Mont because you're in the US, you can use the Helmar's glue oil, I believe. So Helmar's glue oil gives very similar results to the Mont craft glue. So, oh, colours, okay. There is purple, violet, white, that was brilliant red, and I'm going to put in a contrast. So I'll put this was the white in the little cup, I can't remember, I put this cup aside, so I'm just presuming that this was my studio, it definitely was my studio acrylics. And I think, oh, I know, it was the normal pouring medium, but I put it aside because I was just using little cups to do a Dutch pour. So that's the purple. I like adding this really bright red in with purple and the turquoise, because they just seem to go really nicely. And then I'll put my contrast, this blue, which is phthalo blue, definitely phthalo blue. So I've probably got plenty of paint in there. I will add some white, just because I've got that left over now. These paints are a little bit runny, so I'm thinking that ring pours often work out better if they've got thicker paint. So this is my, I think this will be the first one I've ever done that has no silicone in it at all. So I expect no cells, but I have used my craft glue, so whether that will create any cells. So the Mega Jug Pour, there we go, Mega. Haven't filled it up obviously. This is a 40 by 40 canvas. It's a Mont canvas, so we will give this ring pour a go. Just doing small circles, low down. We'll see how we go with it. Oh, those colours. That red, that's the brilliant red in the Mont. That seems to look luminous. Beautiful. Good enough to eat. Wow. There's some of that phthalo blue coming out in it now. Back to the red. Of course, adding the turquoise. I did add a bit of the phthalo blue to the turquoise just to send it a little bit darker. But yeah, that definitely, that red makes it pop. So it'd be interesting to see if the actual pouring medium helps create cells besides adding the silicone. So, you know, my craft glue pouring medium. But absolutely can add your Helmar's glue if you're in the US, if you can't find that. But definitely the Mont paints are for sale in the US now, and everybody's writing and saying that they're on Amazon again. So the Mont paints are definitely available in the US, and if you're in Australia, you can get them off our Capriole Shabby Chic. Online, you haven't got to go out of your house, they're delivered to your door as fast as humanly possible. So ring pours are always, you know, a fun little project to do. So if you haven't tried one, you must try. Oh, here's the white coming now, so it's kind of helping create that lilac-y mixed with the purple. I like that red very much, so I probably should have put a lot more red in the bottom of the I think I will need every last drop of paint, but if not, I've got plenty of paint there to just tip over my corners, which is absolutely fine. Whoop. Wow, they're yummy colours. Seems all the colours over here. So let's do this sweet thing. Is just lift it nice and gently and just tilt it just calmly and easily around the canvas. No hurry. Got a fly under my nose. Just one of those little Mitchy things. Mitchies? Midges. Midges or Mitchies? I'm not sure what the name is, but whatever the name is, they're annoying. Tell you what, might pour just this last bit of turquoise I've got here so I don't have to try and stretch it over the corner. Well, I hope all you guys are going really well. I know some countries and some area, well even in Australia, has gone back down under lockdown again. Melbourne in Australia. We're okay here in Queensland, thank goodness, at the moment, so hopefully it stays that way. I'm just putting some of the colours I have on the over the corners, just so I don't have to do too much stretchy, bendy, stretchy work. So you don't, this isn't necessary, I'm doing it because I have the paint, so I will see how it all turns out. Somebody asked me if I'd balloon kissed a ring pour. I absolutely have in the past, but I always get told off for doing it. So, oh, why did you ruin it with your balloon kisses? But ultimately, it's up to you as an individual. It's not up to anyone else, because they're obviously not even going to buy the painting from you. So the only person you have to please is yourself, really. Remember, the only rule is there's no rules. I like those rules. So just nice and slow. Therapeutic. Just use it as your daily therapy session. I'm so sad I lost all that red. Look, it's been rolled over. Maybe if I go back this way. Oh, those colours and those rings. I'm not sure if you're seeing those up there. Very nice. Now this is what I'd done before, because it was slippy. My painting slipped out of my hands and onto the floor, so I had a right old mess going. Oh, look at those. Oh my goodness. Now that is strange, because I've got some funny kind of cell things happening, but I've got no silicone in it. But like I said, I did do it with pouring medium, so it must be the pouring medium that's creating this little cell action I've got going. Oh, so sad I lost that red. I never judge that right. I like to where to add it in my cup, so maybe somebody can advise. Please advise. It's going a bit weird, this one. Wow, I love those colours actually, but I just wish I'd got the red in there. A bit more of the red. I love this. Just going to take it very gently down the bottom, because I don't want to, I'm not worried if I have like a negative space in that pink at the bottom. It doesn't really want to move much further, so I shouldn't be pushing it, because I'm going to lose all my purple as well. Bring it back. Come on back, baby. Okay, I'm going to bring it back this way a bit. Oh, I like that purple. That is gorgeous, but something weird's happening here, and that is strange. See, so that's obviously not silicone that's doing that. I'm recentering my paint, so I haven't got it all down the one end that I was tilting. So that is quite yummy looking. I like it, but I don't like that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. So when I see things I don't like, what's the first thing that I think of? People that know me will know straight away what I'm thinking and saying out loud. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you, truly do. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's absolutely free, and I try to come up with different things or different styles Look in my playlist if you like particular style. If you want to look at dips, I've got a whole playlist on dips. I've got a playlist on balloon kissing, swiping, Dutch paws, kissing, blow and kiss, blowing and kiss. Oh dear, excuse me, sorry. Would you normally heat a ring pour with the heat? I'm not sure, but because I haven't got any silicone in this, even though I'm getting cells coming up, I want to see what happens when I put the heat gun on it. So this is a heat embossing one, so I'll burst the air bubbles that are in there, and if some cells do come up, because I've got the rings, it will look like 3D floating cells, and there is cells coming up, so that is strange. No silicone, but they're kind of weird looking things. Oh, the red's coming through if I heat it. The red is underneath there, so because the other paint's rolled over the top of it, as you can see, the red is coming up there, so I like that. That is a strange thing, because they're not cells like I get with silicone, because they're kind of like blobs, specky blobs, so that is a bit weird. I'm not particularly liking these bits. I do like the red, I like these, but these are looking a bit odd, all flying around in space. Well, I'm going to leave that right there. You let me know what you think, guys. You'll tell me. They kind of do look like 3D floating cells in there, but they're just not looking like the silicone cells. If you see that blob there, now I'm looking through the camera, the blob that I didn't like, it kind of looks like a koala bear's head or a little sloth. They're one of my favourite. Oh, I love animals anyway. But okay, thank you so much for joining me, guys. Yeah, let me know what you think. Happy to hear it. Positive criticism is always acceptable. Until next time, bye for now, and the joke will be at the end. Not liking, I've got weird cells, so I'm going to push on with this ring pour that I'm not happy with and do a swipe over it. Bear with me. Not liking it. Sorry, don't like it at all. It's gone into weird shaped cells. So I'm going to swipe it. Not having much luck this week. Nearly everything I've ended up swiping because I just don't like the outcomes. But that's it. Just keep going till you're happy, and if not, scrape. I probably should have scraped that, but I've got a bit of black there, so I'm gonna see what happens, and if nothing nice happens, I will scrape. Best thing. Not worried about that because I will use my air gun, heat one, see if anything comes up nice. Maybe I use the, here you go, I'm going to use my butane, which I don't often use these days. I'm going to see if I can get anything nice coming up with my butane. Oh, look at those little champagne cells, beautiful. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, well, I don't recommend people that are obviously not steady with their hands using the butane. It just is not user friendly. You have to be very, very careful. You definitely have to have a fire extinguisher. So that's why I would normally recommend just the heat wand. But look at that. I didn't like how that turned up. It turned out with really weird cells, but there you go. I much prefer that. It's kind of little champagne cells. I like it much better like that. So sorry I went that step further. I'll trim off around the edges, and I will put the photos on at the end. Thanks so much. What do you call a naughty lamb dressed up like a skeleton for Halloween? Bad to the bone. Okay, you can roll your eyes. Yes, I did some balloon embellishment and it looked gorgeous after. Sorry about that, but I did. Naughty Nana.